Good evening. Hey, witches. What's up? Who's here with me? Come, give us a shout. Here we go. Let's start off with some sage. Let me know if the ocean sounds are too loud, please. And back them up just a little bit. Rose! Yes, you are first. It's so good to see you, dear. How are you doing? How are you today, Rose? How are you feeling? Hi, Amy. Sorry, I'm getting comfortable here or not. Becca! Hey, baby. Okay, who are my lurkers? Marcy! Welcome, Marcy. Yay. Wow, you guys have no idea what this means. How good it means to me. Not too loud? Okay, good. Just how much it means to me to have people popping in, and I know you, and it's like, it's just lovely. Very lovely. I'm glad you're feeling good, Rose. I'm very glad. I almost didn't even do, bare makeup tonight because I'm just like, ugh, you know. And I've been so stuck for so long, and just things that need to be done, just no motivation. And I've been hearing this from clients as well. Where's my motivation gone? Why don't I have any motivation? And I've been telling them that it's because we are now more than a year into this pandemic. We've been through hell and back, and we're showing symptoms from it. This is symptomatology of chronic stress. So, but then, what really hit home yesterday and mind you, I did not watch a single second of Derek Chauvin's trial because my system couldn't take it. And that's all there is to be said about that, except for the thing I watched live was the verdict. And when they read the verdicts and I immediately burst into tears, it answered some questions. It's like, oh, even though I haven't been watching, I've been reading and knowing where, and we've all just been like, to see if this time we were going to get hurt more. This time, are we once again going to suffer, or is something going to work the way it needs to work this time? And so yeah, that was really something. And here's something interesting too. Two of the readers that I watch that I really enjoy, Revealing Light Tarot, she is from Australia, and the Oracle of Whimsy, she lives in Seattle or Portland, and I think she lives in Seattle. Anyway, she's over on the left coast. And both of these readers are just top notch, and the woman whose name I can't remember, in Australia, was throwing cards out, and she's like, yes, there's going to be a conviction. Yes, there's a conviction. It just comes up. Yet that's a yes card. Absolutely, they're going to convict him. The woman, Whimsy, out west, was laying cards out, and hers are usually just bang, 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 And she was, first of all, I watched her forget the question that she asked because she said, I want to know Chauvin's emotional state. And this was, of course, before the verdict. And it was describing it quite adequately to me, but then she was kind of looking for, is there going to be a a conviction. And it's like I think she just got off track of the question that she asked. But she was also feeling like there was going to be a holdout, a juror holdout that would cause a hung jury. And just, boy, I don't know, I'm scared about this, I'm scared about this. And I thought about it afterwards, and I thought, that's because she's American. And we're too fucking scared to hope. We've been through this too many times, and we are too scared to hope that it's going to actually work this time, that justice will be served this time. The Australian still has faith, you know? The Australian has watched governments do the right thing over there and, ban assault weapons and stuff like that. And she's like, yep, that's what's going to happen. And here in the U.S., we're like, I can't believe these cards because I'm just too scared to trust. I'm too scared to trust. So, oh, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. COVID hangover number. Oh, my God. Yeah. Yep. Well, congratulations. It's easier to deal with the day 2 of second COVID when you know you're not actually sick. But, back to the Chauvin trial. We've been too abused. We have been too many rounds with this particular abuser, and the abuser is white supremacy. The abuser is white supremacy in our courts, in our police groups, They're in there. And then I had a reminder yesterday of how many Nazis we let in after the war because we wanted the bomb. So, we planted seeds. We've been planting these seeds for a long time, and they've borne ugly, ugly fruit. And now, what I felt like with the jury, and I didn't throw any cards on it. It's like I'm just, no. We'll get it when it comes. But what I felt was people so aware of the writing on the wall, so aware of the broader picture, and also, so present to, I'm watching this happen in front of my face. I mean, this was such an open, shut, slam dunk, no-brainer case, and yet here in the U.S., we're going, oh fuck, are they going to do the right thing? Oh fuck. I mean, that's how bad we are. That's how bad we are. And this is another boost in momentum. And, my thoughts were immediately on George Floyd's family, who have to be going through another wave of grief because, yes, justice, there's a lot of joy, and he's still dead. So, my thoughts were there. And my favorite, what I did, yes, I took joy in it. As low as that seems, I took joy in it. When the jury came back in and they said, everybody stand up, here comes the judge. And the look on this much of Chauvin's face, and when the judge was reading them, watching the eyes and the, just this holy shit, here it is, holy shit. And I was there for that moment. I was fully there for that moment. I was only sad that a whole bunch of guys didn't wrestle him to the ground and kneel on his neck before they handcuffed him. That made me sad. Don't ever doubt that I'm Plutonian, folks. Don't ever doubt that I've got a Scorpio chart signature. Because, yeah, I mean, like things that have been going across Facebook today, that this is accountability, this isn't justice. We don't get to justice until the system is just, until there is, equality across the board. And the other good news was that they defeated the bill in Florida that would have disallowed trans kids to play in sports. So some people are starting to wake up, see the writing on the wall. know that, I mean, we dodged a cannonball yesterday, not a bullet, but a cannonball. And I was telling my son about Rodney King. I said, you know, first time I went through this was Rodney King and those cops that got off, and all hell broke loose, as it should have. And just thinking that where we are now, if it had gone the other way, it would, it would, yeah, I mean, we are in civil war, in my opinion, but it would have just been, the lid would have come off the motherfucker. That's all there is to it. And so I am glad for our country. And now, and you know, and immediately another 16-year-old black young woman killed, who called the police to come and protect her, and they killed her, and it's not done. And the one thing I said to my son after the verdict, first of all, I went into his room and said, they convicted him, is I said, get ready for outbreaks of white supremacy. I I pray that it's not so. And I think Prayer Circle this week is really gonna, now I feel like I can focus on something. Last week it was like, you know, raise the vibration, but that was tough. That was a job of work. You know, the energies were very different on Saturday. This Saturday, I think we might, you know, have a little more buoyancy. But yes, Sherry, I agree. I loved seeing him handcuffed too. And you notice how he knew exactly what happened. He stood up and put his hands back there. It's like, you know the drill, buddy. And I hope you look good in orange. And I hope he's not in protective custody. I hope he gets to be at large in a non-white majority prisonscape. But he may end up in protective custody. And like my one friend said, no, I don't want them to kill him in prison. I just want them to scare him every day. And it's like, yeah, yeah. You know, would that translate to, this is what I caused? This is what I caused countless people? Would he run into some of those people that he sent to jail in that prison? I don't know. At any rate, oh God, okay, 15 minutes I've been going on already now. That's because there's been this buildup of just, you know, I'm not going to deal with it until it's time to deal with it. I have that luxury. Anyway, here we are tonight. Here we are. It's snowing on April 21st. It is snowing outside, and, you know, this too shall pass. It's going to be a little snowy in the morning tomorrow, but then up to 46 or something. So, you know, and I watch people getting very upset about the snow. We had 4 inches this morning. Which, you know, that always takes me back to Chogyam Rinpoche, Trungpa Rinpoche of there's no cure for hot and cold. Why get upset? It's the weather. And also this time of year, we've got leaves coming out. Everything's in full bloom. This usually doesn't happen until May. So we've got an early spring and a late snow. Not going to be cold enough for long enough to really hurt things because the, you know, blossoms are really out. Fingers crossed. But, you know, when you get a snow like this, the thing I think is do your worst, you know? You can't stick around for long, so just enjoy it for what it is, and then it goes away. So, what's that from, Rose? It didn't used to be normal. When I was a kid, winters were winters. We had snowy winters, and there were winters, even since 2000, I think, we've had maybe one or two, where the snow started and didn't leave the ground until spring, you know. More recently, we've had much warmer winters, far fewer snowy winters. This winter we had some snow, but it didn't last. You know, it got very warm very quick. But yeah, April 21st is late. We used to, when I was a kid, it never snowed past like the end of March. I remember early April, but no, we didn't get snow this late. But you know, nothing's normal. Everything's in flux. So, oh, okay. Okay, thanks, Rose. Brants. I mean, Northeast Ohio, when I watch people getting upset that we've had a day of snow this late, it's like, folks, how long have you lived here? Because it's just all bets are off. You know, March and mid-April. Usually April is, you know, when the tornadoes start cranking up. and thunderstorms around here, and the ones that come in April are the worst. Had no thunderstorms, and a couple days of snow. So what are you going to do? It is what it is, but here we are. Let's get rockin'. Hold on. I gave a little sage cleanse. Now I'm going to do I got to do my, I invite everybody to get centered. Give me some good grounded energy tonight. First of all, I want you to pick a deck. Tell me either you can tell me the red one or the blue one, the left one or the right one. This one is in for sure, but I want you to pick one of these. And then we shall. Let's give our decks a little blessing. I want to know what song that's from. What Prince song is that from? So whichever one you choose, they will be blessed and ready to go. Und then, what else do I need? All right. I need to do a little bit of grounding myself. Okay, I've got 2 votes for blue so far. So let's just take a moment. Get yourself grounded. And I invite allies and ancestors, guides and guardians to come be present with me here. Open the door and allow me a glimpse of the information that all of my viewers need to hear right now, right where they are. What do we need to know in order to deal with the stresses we deal with, in order to be healthy and well and functional enough to fulfill our purpose on this planet? What do we need to know in order to raise the vibe and help bring justice to a troubled world? That's what I'd like to know. Blue, blue, blue. Oh, it's the title of the song. I'm thinking, I might know the song. It's just I don't know all the lyrics, but oh, I get it. Obviously, I didn't have that on. All right, let's do a little bit of a shuffle. And we are in Taurus season. Happy birthday, Tauruses. We start with you tonight. Oh, and I want to show you, too, what I started doing. This is, wait a minute. I don't even know if I can shuffle these this way. But that's not going to stop me trying. And that was not entirely successful. Big chunky blue angel decks. They just are so huge. All right, that's okay. Not going to worry about it. But let me show you what I did. Because I just was having a terrible time getting enthused about anything, even sewing these beautiful cloths. I sewed like 10 of them and just went, and kind of petered out. But in the process of sewing these, I had to get myself some crochet hooks. And I've always wanted to learn to crochet. So I started this last night. I started learning on like Monday. Found some videos and checked things out and learned the treble stitch and just started going. I've had to soak my hands in Epsom salts every night because they're so sore. But that repetitive motion stops the chatter in my mind, and I love it. And my intention is I want to look at just how to make, a nice solid cord, because I would like to stitch cords for purposes, for cord magic. You can, and stitch the magic into the cord to begin with, stitch love in, stitch it, hope in, whatever, and then you can use those cords for your magical work. So, or my magical work, as it were. Okay. Pardon me. Water time. Right. Whoops. That one wants to come off the top of the deck, so we'll see what. King of Pentacles. A perfect Taurus card. That is a perfect Taurian card. So we're going to take that. I think I might take one more from that. And we'll see what message these have for our Taurians. Let's take one more. This is kind of a general. Let's get specific for our Tauruses now, please. All right, I'm going to take this group. Page of Cups was what was showing up right there. All right, one more. And we get Shadow Dance. Oh, oh, oh. All right. So, being grounded, generous, dealing with physical energies, dealing with physical resources, but also dealing with whatever's in your underground right now, Taurus. There's a lot of the events that are going on right now can serve as kind of a mirror for what's in the darkness of our own psyche. And as we're watching, the collective trauma play out, there is a personal part of it too. How you interpret it, how you process it, whatever events you've been through, that it's ringing that bell for you. So I want you to be aware of this, Taurus, and not to be afraid of going there to find out what your unconscious has for you, what's waiting there for you, what is getting even triggered at this time, which means that it's ripe for healing. If it's getting triggered and coming up, ask yourself, is this because it's time now? Is this because it's time to deal with this? King of Pentacles says that you're absolutely grounded right now, that you've got your feet on the ground, and that's the best place to operate from when you're going into the Shadowland, when you're going to do the shadow dance. So ground yourself, get yourself in a good ritual space, and ask, as long as I've got this, this stuff happening out here that I'm emotionally reacting to, what is there inside me that is ripe and ready that those emotions can pull out and allow me to heal? Okay. And this deck is called Through the Eyes of the Soul, by the way. Taurus is taking me over here. We have, the cloth is going to give me issues. Enter your sacred space and commune with your fairy allies. Okay, so that reiterates that it's time to go into sacred space, time to do some ritual work. We all need to do it right now. We all need to exhale. Again, how many exhale points have we gotten to this year? Think about this, you guys. Just think about, 13 months ago. The panic, I was thinking about it the other day when I was sewing these cloths and thinking, wow, a year ago I was like frantically sewing masks. Frantically. Get down there and sew. And, distribute, and how many more can I make? And we had, the assembly line going. And then, we started learning things about the virus. So we kind of exhaled a little bit. Okay, I don't have to wipe down everything that I get at the grocery store. And, here's what works and what doesn't. And then we had the whole election thing. And then we had George Floyd and all of that kicking loose. And then we had the election. And then. And here we are with another exhale, and it's ongoing. So I hope that gives you more of an appreciation of um, just the it validates where we're at, because that's the extent of the stress. God, words, please, words come in. Anne? Oh, hi, Anne. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. So, ritual time, Taurus. Time to let the shadow stuff come up and work with it. King of Pentacles just says, sink into your Taurus roots there. It is slow and steady time. Slow and steady wins the race, a piece at a time, and a P-E-A-C-E at a time, too. When I said the word peace, I saw the other piece in my head. So, get yourself peaceful. Time to go deep inside. We can start shifting our focus maybe a little bit from all these externals to the internals. And if my camera's going to start doing the bump thing again, I actually tested cloths tonight to see which one it wouldn't do that with. If you guys haven't seen, watch this. Let me see if I can get it to do it. It might not do it unless I've got the whole... Oh, you son of a bitch. Of course it's not going to do it. If I put that cloth on the desk, the camera does this thing because it can't focus. There's too many shiny things, and it can't see levels, and it won't focus. So, okay, Taurus. Now, Gemini. I need to ground and focus. I'm just like, all I want to do is sit and crochet until my hands fall off. They hurt so bad. All right, Gemini. Ooh. We're going to do it this way. That might be a little bit easier. The Star. What a lovely card for Gemini. Right. Oop. You right there. That's the one I want. We have the Star and become the master you seek. Okay, Gemini, time to tap into the gifts that you have, folks. Look at the Star. Your guides are there. Your inspiration is there. They're just waiting for you. They're waiting for you to say go. So, time to do that, Gemini, hooking into that energy of hope. I said to someone who was, talking about the fact that we just heard the Chauvin verdict, and then we hear of another Black young woman murdered by police. And it's like, how? Well, what are we doing? And I said, okay, this is what brings up, there's a concept called hope punk, hashtag. And it is about when things get super shitty to when things seem hopeless, hoping nonetheless, just digging in and saying, I'm going to generate hope. I'm going to continue to hope no matter what. So, and the Star is inspiration, and the ideas that just kind of hit you like a bolt out of the blue, and I know what I want to do. Hook into that inspiration now, Gemini, and become the master you seek. What are the gifts that you have maybe trained or paid for training in that you don't actually use? What are the things that you have been enthused to study in the past? Skills that you have taken on that you just aren't doing anything with, and you're still looking at others to be the master or the expert, when you need to look at yourself and say, what is mine? I have it. I just need to define it so then I can be ready to give it to people. That's what I got for you there, Gemini. Let's see if there's more. I mean, what else can you say? If you feel you're far away from that, then it's time to get started now. So there might be some things that you've been doing for years that you've just never given yourself credit for your own expertise. Or there might be something that you've got inspiration coming in, and it's like, you know what? I've always wanted to. And if you have gatekeepers in your head that are telling you you're too old to start something, you know, you can't learn to play the piano. You're 59 years old and you're going to learn to play the piano? Come on. Do you know how old you'll be? Do you know how old you'll be by the time you know how to play anything? Yes, you will be the same age you would be if you didn't learn to play anything. So, don't use age as an excuse. Time to kick all the excuses out. Time to hook your wagon to that star and let the inspiration flow and take you towards the unique healing being that you are and the master that you are. Because if you are seeking the master, other people are too, and you may be the master for that one particular person that needs to be inspired. So, time to get moving on it, Gemini. Oh, crochet it's absolutely therapy. Like I said, my brain, the chatter just stops and I enjoy it. And of course I got yarn that has gradients in it because that's just my favorite thing, spectrum and gradients. And this is the next one. Whoops, hold on. I almost made a big mistake. Look at this. So let me get my chops together, learn what I'm doing. And you know what I love about it? Because sewing, I've got to be sitting at the table. You know, I have to be at a station. Crochet, I can be laying back in my bed with a brandy and watching TV. You know, it's except you don't watch TV, you watch the crochet. So, oh, here we go. Cancer. Come flying out the deck. Sevens. Look at this. The Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Oh my. All right. Cancer, Cancer. That says climb the stepladder one step at a time. Let me zoom you in just a little bit here. So you can see them just a little bit more. By the way, you probably saw the carrot cards right there. I did throw some carrot cards while we were awaiting the verdict yesterday. And I asked for, you know, tell me about him, where he's at, what things are looking like from his point of view, from Chauvin's point of view. And the first thing I got was hawk legs, which is high risk. Wow, here it comes. And that time was running out, the sense of time running out. And then I took 3 more and I got the fast dog, which is clear danger. Clear danger right now. So he knew. He was very scared. And that's a good feeling for him to experience. Okay. All right, Cancer. 7 of Wands and 7 of Swords. Too many ideas. 7 of Wands here is talking about just so many things going on. So many either creative ideas, responsibilities, all of the above, everything together to where it starts to feel like overwhelm. And this talks about standing your ground in this. I'm going to look up 7 of Swords in this deck because I'm working with this deck and really learning it, and some of its meanings are different. So, I'm going to let it have its say. Living up to one's ideals isn't always easy, especially when those ideals are controversial. Sometimes those around us don't agree with our decisions or values. Sometimes they disagree because we're making a mistake. When you're facing such a moment, don't focus on what others think. Don't try to make a decision based on what you think will happen. This is a moment when your ideals, what you hold dear, take precedence. The best advice is to first make very sure you're clear about your beliefs, check your heart, and make sure your intentions are pure. If you sincerely ask for guidance, the divine usually provides a sign letting you know you're on the right track. Once that is settled, move forward with confidence. Okay, so with all the things that you're dealing with, you really need to focus on your own ethics, your own value system when you're making a decision. So Cancer, now is not the time to go looking for outside opinions about what it's time to focus on here. You know, there's a lot going on when you're weighing and balancing and trying to decide. Make sure that your ideals, that your value system is at the forefront, that your spiritual belief system is at the forefront. And decisions are, which of these decisions most closely conforms with the way I want to live my life, with the world that I want to see. And then here, climb the step ladder one step at a time just says things, again, for all of us, it's Taurus season. It's slow and steady wins the race, one step at a time. So I kind of busted an avoidance stall. This whole deck is amazing, Marcy. Really incredible deck. Hold on, more water. That, you know, that crochet is the symptom of my avoidance. That I was so hard in avoidance mode on one thing that I needed to do. Actually, there were two things that I needed to do. I was not being responsible to take care of these things. I've been stuck on them all month. And rather than do those, I took on a whole new hobby. Now I've got something else to take up my time, so I can't do those things. But today, and the only thing I had to do, so this is what I do when I go into overwhelm. When I finally catch myself and realize what I'm doing in my own head to put me in overwhelm, I break it down into all you have to do. So today, because I usually think about the entire bowl of wax, not the step that I need to take today. So today, it was about you only need to make one phone call and ask a question. That's all you need to do today. There's a whole bunch of other things I need to do, but I can't do those until I made the phone call, asked the question, and got the next step, right? So rather than being overwhelmed by the whole thing or the end result, and this too is kind of the double-edged sword when you do magical work and you're visualizing something, you always want to visualize the end result, right? You want to visualize the outcome being completed. But if we do that all the time, when we're worried about something and we're envisioning, oh, this whole thing that needs to be done, it can put us into overwhelm when we need to back up and say, no, here's the step I need to take today. This is all you need to do today, is make one phone call and ask a question. And I did it. So now, tomorrow, I have another thing I need to do. I need to fill out a form and drop it off someplace. So again, little steps, one step at a time, climbing the ladder one step at a time, trying to pull yourself, as a way of pulling yourself out of the overwhelm, Cancer. I only need to decide about this today, okay? All righty. Yeah, and I am telling you, this Hidden Realm deck, I did a reading the other night, and whew, it was so accurate, it was painful. But, painful in the ripping a Band-Aid off kind of way. Oop, all right, we've got 3 that popped out of here. 4 for Leo. Let's see what's happening. I'll slug through it. We'll take them one at a time, one step at a time. Okay. Hey, check in if you haven't said hi. I'd like to say hi to you. And hit that like button if you haven't done so. I have 988 subscribers. So I could be hitting the first 1,000 in like the next week. That would make me very happy. I don't know what I'm going to do when I hit that 1,000, though. We need to have like a Zoom party or something. I think that would be fun, don't you? Don't you? I think that would be fun. All right. Leo, we've got the High Priestess. And we'll just take the one that came face up here. Start anew, begin again. All right, Leo. Oh, God, they're calling me out, you guys. It's time to remember the priestess that you are. It's time to remember what that job entails on a daily basis, Leo. Your devotion. Now, whether you consider yourself, a high priestess or a priestess or not. Here's what that means. Being a priestess is the job of bridging to me. In terms of other people, being a high priestess for somebody else, it's bridging, and that's what being a reader is. It's tapping into information that somebody else needs and being that bridge. Personally, it means that I have a bigger context than some people. That there's ordinary life, but then there's this bigger context, and I feel empowered within that context on a certain level, It also means that I am empowered on multiple levels within myself that maybe some other people haven't realized yet or don't know they have access to, But mostly it's about serving. What makes me a priestess is that Neptune. And Neptune, one of the key phrases with a focalized Neptune is serve or suffer. And when I am serving, I feel better. And one way I have not been serving in a while is with my daily puja. I haven't yet reclaimed, all of the pieces of that from when I had my adrenal crash in December. So once again, I have to kind of pull myself forward and back into that job. I have to answer that call and start doing, the daily devotional work. But then again, starting with a little step and building back to the full puja. I'm just doing a little step now, but building back the full puja and acknowledging that I can choose how much I want to do. I don't have to do the whole thing all the time, if I can't sit up that long. But for you in general, Leo, it's time to get quiet and listen to the quiet voices. Listen to that, kind of oceanic voice that is sort of underneath everything and speaking truly to you. Start anew, begin again. That's exactly what it's saying, is decide how you are here to serve. What is your unique service to this world? And that service to the world serves you as well, because you're serving your purpose, right? When you say serving a purpose, you serve that purpose. So spending some time defining that purpose in practical terms, in terms that, okay, now I know what I have to do. If you say, my purpose is to be a high priestess, what the fuck does that mean? What does it mean to you? So that's your job this week, is to define, what does that mean to me? The service that I'm here to provide on this planet, what is it? And if you have no clue, get a frickin' chart reading. Get a frickin' chart reading. Because it's in there. That's your page in the Akashic Records. Anyway, get it defined to the point, and the signposts, the clues to your purpose are, what's the thing that when I'm doing it, time falls away and I feel full and whole, and I walk away with more energy than I came in with, and that feeling of fulfillment, that literal feeling of your heart being full, to overflowing. What are those things that bring you that? That is your purpose. When you are doing those things, you're serving your purpose. So this says it's time to start again, and it doesn't matter, what do they say? Fall down 6 times, get up 7. Doesn't matter how many times you've fallen down. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen off the wagon, or how many times you've restarted the diet, or how many times you've whatever. Just keep at it. All you have to do today is this. So there's our overriding Taurus message this week, is just that step by step. Look at this. Start anew, begin again, adapt to a new situation, lift the curse, forgive, and climb the stepladder one step at a time. How many ways can they say, just take it a step at a time? Okay. Virgo. Yep. Uh-oh. Virgo's got some overwhelm going on too. Who doesn't? Who really doesn't? And I'm going to look that one up too because all right. I'm going to look this up because this deck, you know, it does follow standard in a lot of ways, but then it doesn't. And it really has its own voice. And the writing is fantastic. This is Barbara Moore is the writer. So, yeah. And Julia Jeffrey. There are times when you are certain of what you want to do, what you feel you must do. When you hesitate, though, uncertainty creeps in. Others question your decisions. You question yourself. The clarity you had is attacked and weakened. The energy of the initial decision still fills your soul, but now it has no outlet and becomes increasingly painful. The Seven of Wands shows this moment, but also the next when you are reminded of your initial quest. The crust of paralysis breaks away, freeing you to do what you know you must. It was in you all along, buried but still alive. Now you are free and unafraid. God, is that ever, you know, where I've been, really, but thinking about, you know, losing clarity because of other people's opinions. And wow, now I'm going back to that, was it Cancer with the 2? Of, you know, don't listen to other people with the 7 of Swords. And it's the same thing is kind of coming up here of regaining your clarity, the clarity of vision. Look at the wands there. So spending time, and look at the face, just spending time going, clarifying that vision for yourself. Again, around service, what are you here to do? What is the vision that you're here to bring into the world? What is the thing you're here to create? And then we have share your wisdom with others and shine your light. So that's a Virgo thing, talking about service. But I mean, this sounds almost exactly like the Leo message, right? It's time to clarify the vision, get yourself out of the overwhelm. Remember that it's one step at a time. Just what do I need to do just today? All I need to do is, and phrase it that way. Not, oh, I have to do this today. It's all I have to do today is. That's all. That's all I have to do. Just this, you know? And it minimizes it for you. Remember that the words that you use to describe things have an impact in how you perceive them. You know, if I say, oh, I have to do this today, you know, that feels like a burden and something huge. If I say, all I have to do today is, it shrinks. And that makes a big, big difference. They're telling me to take one more for you, Virgo. There's something here that's still kind of in hibernation. And that's a good thing considering. So you can use this period here where this week's still kind of in hibernation, still sort of underground, haven't fully emerged into the springtime yet. Spend time while you're there clarifying that vision for yourself. I'm getting strong business vibes around this for some of you. So a vision of where you want to take your business next, or where you want to take your job next, or where you want to take your career next. And then this is just talking about being open, keeping your ears open for those people around you that really could use some mentoring, that really could use what you know. And it's so funny because I want to remind you that, you know, you might think of, oh, you know, what I have to give other people, wisdom I have to give that's worthy, and that it's got to be some great big thing, you know. You could change somebody's life with the smallest offhand comment. that, decades later, you can see somebody and they'll say, oh my God, I've never forgotten. We were doing this and this and this, and you said blah, 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 and I've never forgotten it, and I've remembered it through my whole life. It changed something in me, and you don't even remember the conversation. So, know that if you just shine your light, put your wisdom out around everyday things. There's somebody there that's going to hear it. And the old when the student is ready, the teacher appears thing. You know why that is? It's not that the teacher suddenly, appears from outside. It's that the student is finally able to recognize the teacher. The teachers are always there. They're always around us. So they should say when the student is ready, they'll open their ears and eyes and see that there are teachers all around them. That's the truth of it. All right, Libra. It's funny too, when I do these readings and you get completely different cards but a very similar message coming from them. It's just very interesting that, it's not a static process. Different cards mean different things on different days, or the same card can mean different things on different days. All right, Libra. All right, they're telling me to quit. And they're telling me off the top. The Ace of Swords. Oh! Truth time, Libra, and decision time. Uh-oh. Because... all right, they're screaming at me. Hold on. Okay. Choices, making choices and making decisions, Libra. The thing that you dread with all of your being. You're actually not bad at making a decision. You just don't like to. You just don't like to. And it's because when you decide something, there's the chosen and the unchosen. And you don't like anybody to be unchosen or anything to be unchosen. You want it to all be included. And, it's just, everybody all together, all the decisions at the same time. What can make it easier is thinking about what you don't want. If you have a hard time deciding what you want, it can be very beneficial to think, okay, well then what don't I want? And by saying, starting with the things that you absolutely know you don't want, okay, that weeds out a lot of stuff. And then you can choose from the things that are, things that you'd like to choose. But, that's why the Ace of Swords, that's why the sword has two edges, because you choose something and it divides things between what's chosen and what's not chosen. And this one says run wild for a while. Okay, hold on. I might need to take some more on this. Yes, we're going to take another. Whoop, whoop. And they come flying. All right. Wow, we got lots of swords. Look, 2 of swords. We've got 4 of wands, 3 of swords, and 5 of swords. So Libra, this week is, boy, oh boy, you really do need to weigh and balance some things out. There's going to be a decision that needs to be made that you've really got to check in with yourself and acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge how you've been hurt. There's something that feels like a battle. And sometimes just making a decision can feel like a battle to you, Libra. That something wins and something loses. So I invite you this week to step out of the win-lose paradigm and into win-win. Look at the 4 of wands in the middle of this, you guys. Ooh, man, look at the 4 of wands in the middle. Cooperation. Look at them playing together. Look at us making an agreement. I'll play my part, you play yours. This is a very Libran thing. So rather than the battle of I've got to choose and something wins and something loses. Let's look at the win-win situation. And rather than just, vacillating and saying I can't decide, look at and discuss with someone, what can we decide where we can all work this together? How can we do this in a new way? How can it become a win-win situation? And then this run wild for a while. Wow. Um, I mean, it means what it says. Time to kick up a little bit, Libra. Time to just, you know, clean your house naked or, have a cocktail and a dance party or just, fuck off and shut your phone off for a little while. Go feral and unplug for a little bit. Hold on. I think there's more snow coming in because I'm getting a headache. Hold on. All right, Libra, if you let yourself be your wild self, you're not going to scare anybody. All right? They just told me to say that if you just let your voice be as powerful as it is, you're not going to hurt anybody. You're not going to scare anybody. So time to let your hair down and let yourself be the wild, glorious person that you are, without worrying about somebody else for a while. Just for a little bit this week, without worrying about somebody else. And then when you are confronted with this decision situation, just say, how can we make this win-win? And that you are a master at. So, alrighty. Scorpius. All right, well, looky, what just flipped out. We've got the Ace of Swords here again. Two of Pentacles and the Hierophant for Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, this says regeneration, death, and rebirth. So I guess we got that one right, huh? All right. So Scorpio, this week holds that kind of transformative energy, which is where you live. That, this week you can feel a big shift, something transforming, something shifting in a big way, going from that duck and cover to, bust and loose. All right, let's see. So, Two of Pentacles talks about assessing a project, assessing what is starting to grow, what is taking root. Is this what I want? This is what's going to have a decision made about it. And the Hierophant in the middle is to, it talks about teaching, passing on wisdom, but also looking back to the teachings that you've received and relying on those, letting them help you decide, how things are going, the things that are starting to take root. Okay, hold on a second. All right, when I look at these two, I'm hearing, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. What do you think? Tell me the truth. Is this what I should do? Tell me the truth. Am I any good at this? Tell me the truth. So, but rather than opinions, it's like, the spiritual truth of where you are right now. Hold on. I want one more, and there it is. All right, we've got Queen of Cups there. So swimming in emotional territory for you as well, Scorpio, and just, letting yourself go into those teachings and maybe, step back into an earlier time when you were just starting to learn those things and they were in the front of your mind. Sometimes things can sink in and we just sort of get on with the business of life and forget. So, time to step back into that ritual space for you to deal with your emotions, see what they are informing you of now, so that it can inform your decisions about where to take things this week. So, you're assessing, all right, here's some things I've started, what's worth pursuing and what isn't. And then when you make that decision, it really can give you a fresh start, a feeling of a restart here. And, how you feel about things is key. Does this give me joy? What is it that's getting me enthused, fired up? That's the thing that I want to put my time towards. Okay. I'm just reading notes. Mostly fair. Yeah. Oh, God, yes. In fact, I've kind of started to describe myself when I'm on, Facebook witchy pages, and it's like, are you a hedge witch? Are you a kitchen witch? Are you a this witch or that witch? And I'm like, feral. I'm a feral witch. And one flipped out of the deck. And guess what? For Sagittarius. Ooh, that's not an easy message for a Sag to hear. This one tried to levitate. Okay, the moon. A lot of High Priestess, Queen of Cups, the moon. A lot of that kind of vibe going on. We're under a Leo moon right now, by the way, which is why I've got a really nice orange on my altar there. So, Sag, time to sink into your intuitive body this week. Let that inform you as to where you're at right now. Those things that you keep secret, that hidden information that's in there. Time to invite that out this week. I know we're coming up on a full moon, and I know I haven't done my full moon chart reading yet for my patrons. I'm sorry, you guys, it's coming. That's all I have to do tomorrow. All I have to do is that video. But the reminder that you can't get it all done in one big fell swoop, Sag, as much as you'd like to. That for you, it's time to haul on the reins a little bit, slow it down, and force yourself to take a step at a time so you're not blazing through things and leaving them done not as well as they could have been done. Okay, I want another one for the moon here. Oh, really? Okay, that's good. Yay, Becca. Very cool. Yeah, this is what, the third time that this one's come up now? And then we've got Queen of Cups here again. All right, Sag. Interesting because it's Leo moon right now. So we got like Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. We'll probably be at Scorpio moon by the end of the week. No, probably just Libra moon by the end of the week. So not a big emotional moon situation, but we've got a lot of emotional stuff coming up for you, Sagittarius, this week. It's time to give your feelings the attention that they deserve. They have some things to tell you that you might not be listening to. Sagittarius is usually like, nah, just easy, just let's go do it, but there's something emotionally that's going to need your attention that needs to be taken care of, and it's deeper than just here's my mood for the day. The moon says that there's some deeper stuff that you need to access. Hold on a minute. I think my neighbors are having a party. That's kind of weird. I don't know. She's being mysterious. She's being the moon for me. Sensitivities, looking at your sensitivities, what you're sensitive to. This can talk about expressing yourself emotionally the way you need to, but also just really paying attention to your intuition and giving it the validation and the due that it deserves. I'll tell you what, as sludgy as I've been feeling over the last 2 days, 444 in particular, I have seen it so many times it's not even funny. I've seen it on the computer clock, this clock, the microwave clock, the television, everywhere. My phone, just 444 four square, very stable, you know. Um, So, yeah, time to just let your emotions out, to talk about them, to say what you need to say this week, Sag. And tips: slow down as far as the activities that you're doing, what you need to accomplish, and go a step at a time. I think that's what we got there. Sometimes I want to go, so deep, and it's just there's no deeper to go, particularly when you're doing readings that are broad, you know. I think that sometimes stops me, is because I'm so used to reading for individuals, and I'm used to, if I stop, then I get, very clear, specific information. But there's not specific information to be had here, because we're doing general readings. So we've got King of Pentacles. He was the one that flew out in the beginning for Taurus. Then we have the Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So this is Capricorn. Oh, you want to come out. Okay. So what I'm getting here, Capricorn, is... Oh, it just flew right out of my head. I hate it when that happens. I was looking at these two. They told me a phrase, and it went flying. Oh, there it is. Between a rock and a hard place. Uh-oh. Between a rock and a hard place, and dealing with practical matters here, Capricorn. And Seven of Cups here says there's a lot of things to ruminate about, a lot of things to think about, choices to make. I don't know what, I don't know which one I'm thinking. I just need to do one way or the other. I got this in my category of the known, what is known, when I did my full spread with this deck the other night. I got the Hermit, and then the Seven of Cups. I don't know what to do. Should I do this? Should I do that? I don't know. I could do this, or I could, what am I excited about? And then the Hanged Man. So explicit. So there's a lot of practical matters and a lot of things to kind of try to pick your way through, and to help you get out from between this rock and the hard place. This says find and hold your power. So Capricorn, this week, as you're negotiating your way through, just remind yourself of your power point. Step into your center and, into the here and now. I'm dealing with what's happening right here and now. And dealing with the situation as it is. That's what King of Pentacles is saying here too. Rather than looking at what could be or how things aren't, the practical step, eminently practical step, is to be very realistic about, here's what is. Here's the bind I'm in. And here's the power I hold in this situation that helps to show me the way out. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? So don't get drawn off of your power center by all the options, the shinies, the things that people, the distractions. It's looking at where things are stuck, accepting fully that reality, and then say, because when you accept it fully, you step into the power place and then say, what power do I have here? What choices really are in my hands here? Not the fictions. What are the choices that are available to me? And then you exercise that power. So, sounds like a decisive week for you, Capricorn, where you can let yourself out of a bind. And maybe the bind is just considering too many options, or wanting to make a decision that's more beneficial to someone else, or make you look better to someone else rather than what you really need. So, ooh, good luck, Rose. Oh, here we go. Aquarius. Flying out the deck. Look at her. Yowza. Look at that flaming red hair. Oh my God, look at this pair. So I keep moving them over. Do you see what happens in the middle of this cloth? And I mean, this is like the dead middle of this cloth. The pattern's symmetrical. So, of course, I have to take advantage of that and make everything line up. I promise it's not a disorder. Okay, we have Eight of Wands and we have Take Action. Look at this. Time to aim. It's time to take aim and fire, Aquarius. So you this week, we've got others that are still kind of in hibernation or wrestling with internal decisions. For Aquarius, it's about, no, it's time to take aim and pull back the bow because it's time to get going. And this backs it up. Take action. So whatever you're doing, and notice we didn't get the one step at a time card here. Aquarius, you are blessed with forward momentum this week. But it's not just momentum, you being carried along. It's you generating that momentum and generating that energy. So pick up the bow. What's the goal? Remember that Aquarius is the natural ruler of the 11th house of goals, hopes and dreams and goals. So what is it, Aquarius, that you're aiming for? And then, you know, the pulling back of the bow, what's that? Do I have the things I need to accomplish this? Who do I need to talk to make this happen? What are the steps that are going to get me there? Right? So it's taking action. And the first action is making sure that the target is well defined. All right? I think we're going to leave it at that, Aquarius. You got the clearest message out of the whole bunch so far. Yeah. Very fierce. Wait till I tell my son. Alrighty. Pisces. Come on. Yep. We've got the Four of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Oop. And we've got, okay. So Four of Swords I'm going to look up. You know the Four of Swords usually has that effigy on a tomb. And it means taking some time out. It means a rest, a hiatus, a pause. Okay. When troubles abound, when problems seem unsolvable, when you don't know what to do, doing nothing is a wise option. And that is one of the wisdoms that a woman told me once that I have remembered my entire life. When you don't know what to do, don't do anything. Analysis is a reasonable approach to any troubling situation. However, when your mind is too busy, when it has made a muddle of thoughts like a cat playing with a ball of yarn, continuing to think will only make the knots tighter. Stop, breathe, quiet your mind, stop talking, stop doing, reflect, invite divine peace and inspiration. So Pisces, time to hit the pause button. There's too many things going on in your mind, too many things that are generating too many emotions with your sensitive self. This top one here says, magic is alive, ask your divine child. So, Pisces, it's time to step into the magical realm for you this week. Let your magical child come out and play. I'm going to see all the ones that came out for you here. Guard and protect the sacred waters of life, Pisces, the ultimate ocean sign. And keep the vigil. Keep the vigil, justice will triumph. All right, Pisces. Do some magical work around big things this week to turn your energies away from, there's too much on my mind and it's yanking my emotions up and down all over the place. The day-to-day things, you step into the magical realm and say, okay, it's time to do some big magic. And invite your inner child out to play. Take a ritual bath, bless some water, bless yourself with it. And then this one says, justice will triumph, keep the vigil, put that vibe out there in the world for us, Pisces, will you please? You know, you are the moon card and the high priestess card and the, you know, this sensitive, magical, one foot in this world, one foot perpetually on the other side. So we look to you and invite you to step out of the mundanery of your, you know, your small world and do some big magic for us this week, Pisces. Reach out, bring it over from the other side, and let that, you know, your ritual bath, the cleansings that you do as you cleanse yourself, you cleanse bigger things as well. But let that ritual work and that cleansing solidify what's going on in your life and kind of calm down all of these options. Calm your mind down. Get your mind into a one-pointed place. That feels like the reset button for you this week. And I mean, this card is so significant as the last one coming out of Pisces. We still have Aries to go. But this is the card for yesterday. Keep the vigil, justice will triumph. And Pisces, you're the one that feels everybody's pain. You know, you're the sensitive here. So when you work, when you feel that pain, it's a call to work for justice. All righty. Now we've got our Aries bringing up the rear. How do you like it, Aries? They don't, is the answer to that. That one wants to come out. We've got the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords, Aries, says that it's time to, for a change of venue for you, or you're moving through troubled waters. Moving towards something better. Oof, we got the Seven of Wands there again, too. All right. I think I might have to look at what else came out. Look at both of them, you guys. I'm just sitting here looking at their faces. She is clarifying what's in her head. She's looking up going, okay, what are my ideals and what can I let go of that's not in line with them? She's going, where do I go from here? How do I move into new territory? How do I let this clarity move me into new territory? Look through the mist, find the mystery. Okay, so this is looking through the mist here, Aries, to find some clarity for yourself this week. I want to see who else came out here. All kinds of stuff. Looking to see if we had any majors. No, we didn't. All right. So deeper meanings for you too, Aries. Just allowing some of the ground level mundanery, what do I want to say here? Just sort of the low vibrational stuff, the little battles with, you know, people, with work, with, you know, friends, with the little things, the places where you kind of get stuck in the mud. And looking up to find the clarity. Do I need this? Do I need to participate in this? Do I really need to jump into this battle? Is this my battle? Or is it time to move on to new territory? And where is that new territory? Well, you're going to be working your way through some layers, some veils to get there. And it says find the mystery. Find the mystery. So the mystery there is the thing that maybe that indefinable thing. The definition of mystery as far as spirituality and religion goes is something that can be learned but can't be taught. So that is your deeper wisdom, Aries, the things that you've learned, those lessons that you've become through your life. And that brings us back here. How do we find clarity? Look at what you know. What do you know in your heart? Nobody taught me. I lived it. I know this for a fact. Here's what life has taught me. That's what the mystery is. So you're relying this week on those deep lessons, Aries, and finding your way through. Let me see what else came out here. Accept the opportunity that's offered and embody ancient wisdom. Those two are very similar. But we've got an opportunity coming up this week as well. And it says, accept the opportunity that's offered, Aries. But again, just I think there's an invitation for a lot of us. And yes, this card came up 3 times. The step at a time came up 3 times. A lot of it is about just dumping some of the mental and emotional load that we've been carrying. This, of this year, of the events of this year. This has been a critical year. This is what the end of Pluto in Capricorn feels like, you guys. This is what it feels like when Pluto's getting ready to leave a sign. Things hit critical mass. And it's only at 26 degrees. We've got a few years to go yet. But now that we've been through all of these things and we're getting vaccinated, and so we're feeling safer. We're still, I hope, practicing all of our safety protocols because the world is still full of idiots that aren't doing the right thing. But we've got all the thoughts and emotions around that. We had all the thoughts and emotions around all the political bullshit, and then the thoughts and emotions around George Floyd. And, the ongoing war against white supremacy. And I got to say, I'm going to kind of interrupt myself here, and hopefully I can get back to where I was going. But, and now I forgot what that was. Oh, fuck. This is how loaded my brain is, and we're all under this. We are all in this place. We've got so many thoughts, ideas, stress, and it's just backed up. So hopefully with this decision now, with the fact that this country has not had to explode into protest, and still knowing that this is only the first domino. What I'm hoping for, I keep thinking about South Africa, and when Nelson Mandela was in prison, and when apartheid was in full swing, and just watching things happen, because you thought, they're never going to solve that problem, and watching each step that happened and happened and happened until Nelson Mandela was president, and apartheid fell. And it can happen here too. Americans just really need to wake up to how bad we are, because we're so used to thinking that we're the good kid, that we're the golden child, and we have everything right. And we have this so very wrong. And we're waking up to it, and it's painful. And we've got this buildup of thoughts and emotions around all of this stuff that we just need to, now we have permission, we have the opportunity to let some of these things go, to let the thoughts go, and with them the feelings. And it almost feels like cleaning out another little corner of our lives to invite normalcy back in. Okay, let me take a general here. All right, I just want a general reading for everyone here. What message do we all need to hear about? Where they come? They just slid right off the top. Okay. So, look at these 2 cards. This is the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, which are usually the 2 blindfold cards in the deck. But here we talk about the rock and a hard place thing, being very aware of teetering on the edge of going one way or going the other. And then the 8 of Swords, which I'm going to look up. I'm very excited about really getting into this deck more, because it sure is talking to me. Heaven and Earth Tarot was my favorite for a while, but then it got heavy, and I disconnected with it, but this one has come on strong. Sometimes we think something is worse than it is, and sometimes we're correct in our assessments. The Eight of Swords acknowledges that the situation is difficult, perhaps even dangerous. A misstep could cause setbacks. However perilous the problem appears, it is not insurmountable. There is a solution. It may not be readily apparent, and when recognized, it may not be easy, but it is there. Once you see it, you will move with confident strength. There is even an element of faith involved, because this likely will be something you have not done before, and therefore you won't have ways of knowing if you're moving in the right direction. Holy shit. But guess what? We will be moving in the right direction. And what is that direction? That is changing the entire paradigm of policing in this country. As Becca said, it's a slave model. Hunting down runaway slaves. Police are trained to treat the people that they're there to protect as the enemy. We're all dangerous, you know? And so the whole defund the police movement, it's not about just taking away the money altogether. It's about recreating it as a department of protection and community support that has a department that deals with mental illness when we have, you know, problems where somebody's having a meltdown and we don't need the army to go in. We send out these healthcare professionals to address the actual problem that's happening. And then we have college educated, well-paid, well-trained people that are not taught to come out with weapons drawn because you're in danger. There's so much fear. And at the same time, we root out the white supremacists that are in that system now. And there are so many of them. So, no more get out of jail free pass, no more free pass because you're no more qualified immunity. You break the law, you break the law. No one is above it. So that's what I'm seeing here. And that Eight of Swords, wow, was that ever powerful. It's not insurmountable. The problem can be solved. Redistribute funds to healthy food. Yes, 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 yes. So the foundation of the situation is we make sure nobody's hungry. Nobody's homeless. We have the resources to do this, folks. It's just that we have so many privileged assholes making decisions that they are convinced that they worked hard for the money that daddy died and left them. And nobody else deserves it, particularly if your skin isn't white. So, everybody fed, everybody housed. Nobody seems to have a problem with socialist education until you get to college. You know, public school, free public school. Everybody's like, well, of course, we're going to have free public school. But you get to college, all of a sudden it's an issue. So, can we educate, feed, and house people, which we can in abundance, and then we won't have people that are having to do illegal things in order to survive. And we give healthcare access and mental health care access. Because guess what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fucking happiness. You can't have those if you're starving and out on the street and mentally ill and unable to see a doctor. Right? So. Okay, what are you responding to? An island with bugs. What was that? You got to tell me what I said that you're commenting on, you guys, because I'm past it and I don't remember. But that's hilarious on its own. As a non sequitur, an island with bugs. Sounds great. Okay. So where are we at here? Wow, we are at 1:30 exactly, an hour and a half. What do you know about that? So I do want to take a few carrot cards just because we can, because they're fun. What do we want to ask about? What do we want to ask about? Boy, this Hidden Realm might be a weekly thing now. Do you see my camera doing the bumpy thing? And it's trying to find something to focus on. Oh, your previous comment. Yes. Ooh. The Rolling Rabbit talks about fun. Fun, fun, fun. I didn't even get a chance to ask a question, so just let's see what these flew out of the deck. We've got necessary inconveniences here. I think that's what that one means. Hold on. This is not the way I'm used to looking at it. Yes, necessary discomfort, but the rabbit pair, now we have people, you know, relationships, and then a dog on a leash, which is a distraction. Okay, so let's see here. Rolling Rabbit just says have some fun this week. There's going to be some shit that you need to deal with, but when you've got somebody that you're with, it's not so bad. Let time go by. This is spending time with friends and acquaintances, and dog on leash is a distraction, and it can be read as, you know, something distracting you from your real purpose. But what I'm seeing it as is we need some distraction. You know, we've been distracting ourselves in a survival kind of way. And maybe this week we can take on some distraction that is a soothing and therapeutic kind of thing. Like this. Maybe something like that. But this week, everybody, I think overall, just be extra kind to yourself. Really acknowledge and validate what we have been through and continue to go through. But my God, have we cleared some big ones. We're vaccinated. Trump is gone. Chauvin's going to prison. Those are three massively huge things. Massively huge. So let's take that as a whew. Take some time out this week to just roll in the grass, to, you know, except if there's ticks, to just have a little bit of healthy, fun distraction. I hear my brandy calling my name. Have a little glass of brandy and some distraction, some relaxed distraction. We've had frantic, tense distraction, stressed distraction. I can't think about it. Now we can have some relaxed distraction. Oh my God, let's watch that movie. I can finally focus on it. All right, you guys. That's it for the week. That was fun. I had some fun this week. I'm going to go back to crocheting again. I need to take some Tylenol, though, because I'm aching so bad. I feel the snow. And time to deal with the pain and go soak my hands so they don't hurt so bad. But you know what? With the arthritis that I have, you see these giant joints here. The crocheting has been wonderful to just, like, work my hands on something that I really enjoy. So, hi, baby Joe. I didn't see you get here, honey. What's the hot but? Oh my God, what do you know? Because I'm thinking, okay, what comment was that, Becca? But it was, honest to God, what was the hot button word? I mean, you can't say it because they'll delete it, but... All right, you guys. It's been great hanging out with you. Hit the like button on the way out, and I will see you on Friday for an unboxing. And, okay. All right. All right, you guys. I love you. You know that. Hold on. Let me give you a big face before I go. Mwah. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and giving me my purpose and all that kind of stuff. I will see you again. I think when I hit 1,000, I am going to plan a Zoom party. So if you want to be in on that, I mean, you can join Patreon at the initiate level, $3 a month, and you'll be in for sure. But I have a feeling it's going to be like an open thing. I think I might just open it to anybody that wants to come, and maybe it'll be, you know, hit my DMs on at Luna Zenwich on Facebook to get the link and get in. The way I set up my Zoom meetings is you have to be a registered user. You have to sign in to get in so we don't have trolls popping in. But yeah, I really think I'm going to have a Zoom party and just open it up to whoever wants to come because it's going to be our little group. You know, it's not like all 1,000 of my subscribers are going to show up. All right, you guys. Um, oh, okay, baby Joe. Well, you can watch it when it goes up in a few minutes. Okay, you guys. Love ya. I will see you later. Blessed be.